Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, shop the Black October sale for the best deals of the year. We've got some very sad news coming out of Spain where flash flooding wreaked devastation on the town of St. Laurent on the island of Mallorca, which of course is home to Rafa Nadal. More than 9 inches of rain fell in a 4-hour period, causing a river to burst its banks and mass flooded the area. As we tape today's news, it's been reported at least 10 people have perished due to that flooding. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez declared the area a zone of catastrophe. Now, it's located about 9 miles from the Rafa Nadal Academy on Mallorca. Rafa and members of his academy joined local volunteers moving water during the cleanup effort after the flood. As you can see, trees were uprooted, cars were overturned, lots of homes were damaged, and the streets there were just filled with water and mud. At least 11 streets were shut down, 2 bridges were completely destroyed, and phone communication was troubled for a while, according to the Associated Press. One resident told the AP that some members of her community had to swim to survive the flash flood. She said as far as she knows, she has lost everything, and it pretty much looked like the end of the world. Wearing a blue tracksuit, boots, and gloves, the world number one helped with recovery efforts alongside a crew of volunteers, including 80 soldiers. Now, these images of Nadal's efforts after the flood are courtesy of Spanish sports publication AS. Rafa also opened the doors of his academy to house members of the community who were left homeless or displaced by the floods. He said it's a very sad day in Mallorca. He sends out his heartfelt condolences to the relatives of the deceased and people who were injured by the serious floods. And of course, we send out our thoughts and prayers to anyone impacted by this terrible tragedy. And it really, though, is inspiring, isn't it, to see Rafa and his team and so many members of the community stepping up to help families in need after this terrible disaster. We will continue to bring more news on the recovery efforts next time. That's it for this time. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you here on Tennis Now.